series of moments that we choose to remember. How many of you guys have seen Nick give the presentation where he says, make your lived list, create your own slideshow? Right, I know Ryan walks around every day on the inside of his arm that says Carpe Diem to remind him every day to seize the day and create those moments. Me personally, I think in images. So I look at it like a mental photo album. A collection of memories that you take a snapshot in your mind, you store up here, and at the end of the day, at some point, you're going to look back and you're going to realize everything, all your existence, what your life stands for, is just a collection of those highlights, of those memories. Does that make sense to everybody? And is it just me, or does every day seem to get faster than the last? What year are we in? What month are we in? Are you kidding me? You guys remember when we were kids, a day was like a millennium? But as we get older, what happens? Days go by, weeks go by, years go by, decades go by. Life gets faster and faster. You want to know why? We stop taking those moments. We stop creating those experiences. We get stuck in routine. How many of you guys know people that run a routine every single day? Wake up to the alarm clock, snooze 18 times. Zombie walk to the coffee pot. Same routine in the morning, same way to work, same thing every day with the same people. Come home, and then tomorrow morning reset. Who knows people stuck? Ladies and gentlemen, those people may be alive, but they are not living. I believe it was Benjamin Franklin that said, most men die at 18, we don't bury them until they're 65. But what he didn't say he didn't say that that's a decision. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a decision. The story of our lives are just the pages of experience we choose. Who chooses? We choose to create. When we say Visalus means life, we say this is about empowerment. It's about you understanding that you're the architect. You get to decide if you live your life by your design or by default. And I don't know about you, Visalus, how many of you guys want to be the architect of your own life? Let me hear you. I'm also willing to bet, if you were right now in this moment, as you're sitting in your chair, to flash your own highlight reel in your head, the memories that come to your mind were the ones with people that you actually cared about. How many of you guys think it's cool that we got 15,000 crazy Visalians all across North America right here in Kansas City right now? How many of you have already made relationships and friendships through Visalus that you know in your heart will last a lifetime? You guys, how cool is it that we have a family all across North America? You've never met them before, but they're your brother, they're your sister. You guys know you're walking around, you see the bi guy, you give him a wink. You drive by a black BMW, it doesn't even say Visalus, you give him a nod, you think you know. Some of you guys have taken your relationships beyond friendships. Some of my best memories, Ryan and Kristen Johnson, 5 stars in the front row. Where Ryan at the end of the experience surprises Kristen and proposes right there. A few months later, 5-star ambassador's life totally changed. Or how about Nick Sarnicola over here? And Ashley Sarnicola at the Atlanta National event. You guys remember that experience? Is there anybody else in the room? Any other Visalus engagements or marriages out there? Just out of curiosity right here? I think I just found out why the rest of the people are here this weekend. DJ right here in the front. You guys, Visalus is about the friendships, the relationships. It's about the family, isn't it? Sometimes those experiences are the littlest things. Sometimes they come from your kids. How many of you guys have had an experience with your kids that Visalus enabled you to have? You took them to Disneyland, you managed to do something for them, you managed to spend time that you wouldn't have done without this company. Guys, that's what this is about. Maybe it's your kid looking at you and say, Mom, you look hot. Dad, you look buff. Maybe it's you bringing them as you cross the stage at your recognition. And they look at you in your eye and they say, Mom, Dad, they're cheering for us. How many of you guys think that would be an experience? How many of you guys think your first time in Kansas City right now, ever? How many of you guys made sacrifices to be here? Where's Brian? I'm getting on my Facebook page this morning. Brian, right over here, he said, Blake, I missed my caravan, I was helping tornado victims. I missed my second flight, I was helping tornado victims. So now I'm on a Greyhound charter through the night to make it here this morning. Brian out there in the audience. You guys realize there's a lot of people, they could have made that decision, they could have made that experience, but they didn't. You all did. That's the difference. And you know what? Those experiences at the end of the day, those are going to be the memories you store up here. Those will be the stories you share from stage someday as part of your journey. You guys, the world's big. How many of you guys want to travel, see things, experience it? I remember going to Hawaii. Any Hawaiians in the house? The very first success training, and then First Ambassador Elias grabs me, and GJ, and Nate, and Mediva, and he brings us surfing. And there's Mediva. First time in Hawaii. First time in an ocean. First time surfing. Yeah, boy. Ladies and gentlemen, your life should be about collecting first. Collect first times. And every time you collect the first time, here's what I want you to do. Stick your right hand in front of your face. Everybody stick your right hand in front of your face. Everybody stick your right hand in front of your face. Now take your ring finger and touch your thumb. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what the VI life stands for. Create the experiences, design your life. You guys, I know we're a bunch of crazy Visalians. We're not going to settle for what most people settle for, are we? Last night, how many of you guys partied the night away with Mike Craig and Bob Beard down there? Talk about experience. How can you guys do that all night and then go back and work and then get up and then show up like you guys showed up this morning, right? Because that's what we do! You guys, we don't do what we think we're supposed to do. When you stop doing what you think you're supposed to do, and you start doing what you were really meant to do, that's where the script ends and that's when life begins. And if you live your life to your best standard, here's what happens. You become an inspiration. And pretty soon your experiences, the things that you store, aren't even the experiences of your own. Pretty soon your highlight reel are the stories of the people that you've inspired and them telling you how you changed their life because you were the example. You guys, last memory in my mind I want to share. I knew this year was going to be a magical year. Every year I choose to bring in my year doing something I've never done, creating a first, living the VI life. This year, with a bunch of Visalians, Jason O'Toole, Jennifer, Rich Paula, Luceros, RJ and Sam Burrows, out in Australia, where RJ and his team, his Visalus team, got one of the only 64 yachts on the Sydney Harbor. They were allowed to circle under the largest firework display in the world. And there we are at midnight, bringing in 2012. Everybody living the VI life. We go under the Sydney Bridge, and right on the Opera House, a sign. You only live once. Ladies and gentlemen, life is not a dress rehearsal. Find friends you can have fun with. Create experiences that are worth remembering. Planet Earth is a big place. Go out and see it. And live your life so that it may be an inspiration that challenges others to do the same for theirs. That's what we mean when we say Visalus is life.
and